Hey guys, Fat Man Beard here. This video is for Heisen Nerd. He is doing his 100 subscriber giveaway. Yeah, 100 subscriber giveaway. Sorry, Heisen Nerd. Heisen Nerd, and if you guys aren't familiar with Heisen Nerd and Geek Mora, they have a channel where they do unboxings and kind of basically the same thing that I do, toy hauls. I don't think they don't do like movie stuff. Like I do a lot of horror movie stuff. They don't do any of that, but they do a lot of toys, Funko stuff, and they're really awesome, and they're very upbeat, and they've always got great things to say about stuff. So go check them out, guys. They're really awesome. But their question for a video that they wanted for the contest was, what is one item from sort of pop culture, geek world, or I guess really just in general pop culture, I suppose, what they were going for. What's one item that you've always wanted but couldn't like afford or never were able to find, or an item that doesn't exist for a fandom that you really love? It's funny because a couple days ago I was talking to your geeky neighbor, and he mentioned, we were talking about the Trailer Park Boys. He's a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of the Trailer Park Boys. Sorry about the cats. I don't know what's wrong with Mittens. He's just, I don't know. Hold on, guys. Hold on. One moment. Sorry about that, guys. I have to figure out what's going on with my cat. He is just, anytime I shut a door, he just flips out for some reason now. He never used to do this before, but now he just flips out, and he like is destroying the carpet, and it's getting really bad. I don't know what to do with him. We've taken him to the vet. I don't know what's wrong with him. So sorry for that interruption, Heisen Nerd. But here's my video. So I really love Trailer Park Boys. I'm a huge fan. I've loved the show. My ex-wife actually, we first bought our house. I was working swing shifts. I came home one night, and we'd just gotten satellite, and we had the BBC channel. And she says, "I found this show. It's called Trailer Park Boys. It's about these guys living in a trailer park trying to grow dope, and the trailer park supervisor's trying to stop them." And so we started watching, and this was when the first season was on, and I was hooked right away. And then we got rid of satellite, and I totally kind of spaced it, and then kind of, I think a couple years later, Netflix started carrying the seasons, and then eventually it has made its way to Netflix, and it's a Netflix exclusive now. But I really am obsessed with Trailer Park Boys, to the point that many people aren't familiar, but they have they travel and do a live show, and I've seen them several times now, and I've met them all several times. In fact, I've got some stuff signed by them. I've got this little 8x10 photo of Randy and Lahey, and what's funny is they don't sign with their real names, because it's Pat Roach and John Dunsworth, but he signed it Randy and Mr. Jim Lahey. So I just thought that was, they're super cool guys. So I met Pat Roach and John Dunsworth, Randy and Mr. Lahey. I met them they did a Christmas tour thing where they were touring around. I think it was around October, late October, early November. And it was the only tour, I think, so far that John Dunsworth, Mr. Lahey, has been on. And me and a buddy had went up, and we bought a fifth of Junior Johnson's Strawberry Moonshine. Now, I don't know about other states, but in Oregon, moonshine is legal to sell in liquor stores, as is real absinthe. And so we had this Junior Johnson moonshine. Comes in a old mason, looks like a mason jar. It's got real strawberries. There's like a handful of real strawberries in it. So the moonshine pulls all the strawberry flavoring out and then soaks them in this liquor. And so John Dunsworth gets off the bus, and we're standing right there. We're the only people by the bus. He comes over. We're just so freaking out. We're just so excited to meet him. And I was like, "Hey, you want to try this?" And he's like, I actually don't drink in real life. And we're like, "Oh, we're so sorry. We are so sorry. We just assumed that you still would have a drink every now and then." And he goes, well, what is it? I said, well, I explained to him what it was. And he goes, well, I've never had moonshine. I said, well, do you want to have a little sip? And he goes, yeah, I'll have a little sippy poo. Just very Jim Lahey. And he took a small sip and he went to hand it back to me. And then he goes, God, have one more drink. And I said, yeah. He took one pretty good sized pull off and he goes, wow, that's really good. And we got pictures with him and he was really nice. He was a really, really nice guy. And then Pat Roach, Randy, for some reason came out of the place that they were playing in Portland. He was already inside the theater. He was running out, and he doesn't have a shirt on. He's got like a zip-up hoodie that's about halfway down. You can see his gut, and we're freaking out because we're calling to him. He's trying to get on the bus, and he goes, frig off, I'll be back in a minute. So it was really awesome to have Randy tell me to frig off. That was really a really great moment. And he was super nice as well. And then I got this little poster. A lot of people probably, I don't think this is on Netflix, but they did a thing in between the very last season, which was season 7, and the movie that did this little thing. It's called Say Goodnight to the Bad Guys. And if you bought the DVD, it came with this poster inside, and I took it with me. And of course, right at the beginning of the show, I got Mr. Lahey, John Dunsworth, and then Julian, that's his signature right there, to sign it. And then right after the show, I just barely caught Mike Smith, and he signed it Bubbles. And it's got the little googly eyes with the glasses and everything. I hope you guys can see all this. I'll pull back a little bit. Yeah, Mike Smith is, he can be a bit temperamental. The first time I met him, he was not very personable. But, after meeting him several times, he kind of recognized me. And this last time, he was like, oh, yeah, I remember you. And he was more than happy to sign it, and we took some pictures and things like that. And then I also, I got this framed because I got one of the little flyers from the concert. I pulled one off the wall inside there. This is one of their first tours where they did the Ricky Julian. This is when they didn't own the rights to Trailer Park Boys. So it was called the Ricky Julian and Bubbles Drunk, High, and Unemployed Tour. And I've got a couple of pictures there with me, with them, and then the ticket stub right here as well. And so I have this framed, because I'm like I said, I'm a huge Trailer Park Boys fan. And so I really love them. So, with all that being said, what I'd really like to see is a Trailer Park Boy Funko line of them. I know it will probably never happen because I've actually talked to the guys several times. And this is actually too when they still didn't own the rights. So Mike Clattenburg, the director, and the guy that plays Ricky's dad. You guys know who Ricky's dad is on the show. I can't remember his name even on the show. Way she goes, boys. Fucking way she goes. That guy. They owned the rights, but they then sold off the rights to the 3 boys. But I talked to them about, I was like, you guys need to do a comic book series. I mean, that would be huge. I think that would definitely take off. And they just really haven't done a lot of merchandise. But I think they're holding on to the rights to a lot of that stuff real tight and not letting it go. But honestly, I'd love to see a Funko Pop line of the Trailer Park Boys. I can just see the shirtless Randy in my mind right now in the white pants. And then Lahey with a drink, or even, Julian with a drink too, and Ricky with the smoke in his mouth, or, Bubbles. You could do so many exclusive, like, Conky, when he has the puppet, Bubbles goes he's got the bad tooth and he's got Conky. You could do like a Conky, like exclusive with him with the Conky puppet, and just so many, you could go so many places with that as far as Funko is concerned. But that's the item that I'd really like to see is a Funko line for Trailer Park Boys. So that's my little spiel. So congratulations, Heisen Nerd and Geek Mora. You guys are doing awesome. Keep making videos. They're definitely getting better, and I really like what you guys are doing. So keep up the work, and we'll see you later.